Starting Tosh Detergents was a traditional heritage. I learned how to make detergents from my mother. During lockdown, I had so much time to sit and reflect. How is it that I feel as an individual regarding my purpose? And it was during that time that I found fulfillment in making detergents and making soap. And that's how I started manufacturing the detergents.
When we started YouGrow, we were very clear on the fact that there is a global challenge around economic participation of women. There were issues around structural barriers as well as internal barriers.
Most of the challenges that we face as women entrepreneurs in a male-dominated sector, they always feel like you are representing somebody. You are not the owner of the business. It's a barrier that we still need to break.
Hi, how are you? YouGrow is a tech-driven platform supporting women to break their internal barriers so that they're able to drive high-impact goals. Our partnership with Nedbank has really been, how do we support female entrepreneurs to drive growth?
Our purpose as an organization is about utilizing our financial expertise to do good. And this is for individuals, for businesses, and for society at large. And I think there needs to be a lot more investment in terms of how we enable women to be a lot more successful and to build them from just entrepreneurs into sustainable businesses.
How I came to know about Nedbank was during a pitch competition hosted by Township Enterprise Alliance. I pitched, and that's when I won my first 50,000 rand. And I'm proud to say that our first mixing drum at Tosh Detergents was from that fund. So Nedbank made it possible for us to move from a 25-litre bucket and a wooden spoon into a 200-litre mixing drum. As I was being part of the Nedbank database, a program came up called YouGrow, which was specifically for females. And I was fortunate to be part of the 7 women that are part of the program.
We've onboarded women onto the program. We've understood what their business needs are across many facets of the business. We've also taken the women through the personal diagnostic of understanding where they are at in terms of the capacity that they have to drive their businesses.
For me, it has been about personal development above everything, because we've got mentorship, we've got coaching, daily short clips that motivate you. Being part of YouGrow has also helped me as a leader. That program will stretch you and it will make you believe that you do have that capability to grow and to scale. And we have seen it come to life with the growth that Tosh has taken. We are currently in a 300 square meter factory space. We've also employed 7 more people. And for me, that growth has come through the mentorships and the teachings.
This opportunity really brings about the possibility for female entrepreneurs to be supported in a more meaningful way that is very tied closely to the growth of their businesses. And that's what we hold ourselves accountable to together with Nedbank.
As Nedbank, we are absolutely aggressive in making a significant impact and seeing how women can grow these businesses to become scalable and sustainable into the longer term. We have to focus around growing the township economies. And I think we need to be a lot more innovative in how we're thinking about financing in terms of making a true growth opportunity.
I am proud to say that I come from here. I was born in Soweto. And this township is amazing because we are a community that live for each other and we care for each other. And that's one of the reasons that I went into the property space and actually invest in this township.
I'm a town planner by profession and then property development and investment. The biggest challenge in doing property development is getting the property in the first place. The second challenge is accessing finance, because typically you would need surety or security.
When I decided to build this building, I found the land. And one of the challenges was securing finance, because with the traditional banks, they often don't have the risk appetite for township development.
For small businesses, the issue has always been about capital, the ability to get appropriate funding for the type of product you want to put to market.
In terms of township property development, most are an informal type of structure. So what we're trying to establish and accomplish is to formalize those structures and provide legal, safe rental accommodation, which is affordable for township tenants. And Umastandi is all about building rental property entrepreneurs in townships.
What Mastandi does, they cut out a lot of those requirements which would apply if you were getting funding from a traditional bank. And the application process is also straightforward and simple.
We try to take away the pain points for them by matching them with professionals, someone who's walked the journey, who knows both property finance, construction, property management, all the essential ingredients for success.
3,000 rand on the material. It's not too bad. Yeah. Mastandi believed in the vision and granted me finance and the support to actually be able to build this property. And they've really supported me, not just financially, even just to provide the technical skills and the support. The lighting is beautiful. Can you say that? What was important to me was making sure that I put together a great team that complements each other. We employ local people to make sure that the people around here do benefit in creating this property that we've built. This building is 8 units, and it's fully fledged apartments that we cater for the young professionals.
Soweto is very densely populated. The demand for housing outstrips supply. So what we're trying to do with these developments is put in more formalized units on the market that are compliant with all the regulations from the city. We're providing much needed accommodation.
So this is our kitchenette. It's going to have the sink on the side and then the 2 plates. There's so much potential in this area to create spaces that are beautiful, to uplift the community, the area, the property market.
We want townships to be areas of live, play, and work, where people can find quality, affordable housing. Nedbank was able to see the vision. They saw that townships need to be brought along.
We have a huge opportunity in terms of the youth in our country and the potential that they bring.
At Nedbank Insurance, we started the ESD program to really bridge the gap between unemployed youth and the services required by Nedbank Insurance as a business. We looked at our client claims patterns, and one of the patterns that stood out there was the continued growth for demand for the plumbing skill.
I always wanted to be an artisan. I always wanted to work with my hands. I was introduced to Nedbank 8360, which is a plumber's program.
They say if you're working with hands, you can never go hungry. So I was glad to get that opportunity.
From a procurement point of view, it's making sure that we're building suppliers who are sustainable and how we enable women to be a lot more successful and ultimately that they can grow into bigger, better, stronger businesses.
The Nedbank program was designed to specifically create opportunity for suppliers who were startups coming into the insurance environment. The idea was to equip them to settle insurance claims initially for Nedbank, but after a few months of operation, enable those companies to be able to service other insurance companies and other customers. Because we had taken candidates who weren't yet qualified in plumbing, we needed to qualify them technically. We also, at the same time, needed to prepare them for business.
There was really 2 phases that we had to focus on to ensure that our learners were market ready. Phase 1, it was really around getting them technically qualified and making sure that they're compliant to do business for us.
They were training technically and then working in the workplace with people. And then once they had qualified, they're now members of a professional association, and they also have developed their own business plan.
We were lucky to have mentors in every department because we didn't know anything about plumbing, we didn't know anything about finance.
One of the important parts of the construct for the program was that they could earn whilst they learned, which would translate into them investing in their business. So they were able to purchase a vehicle with a deposit for the vehicles. They were also able to purchase their tools and equipment for the business.
The second phase really around getting them ready was developing a rollout plan that teaches them whilst they are interacting with our clients.
They took us step by step and make sure that we understand what we are doing.
Each and every day we're learning new things. Now we are our own business owners. Nedbank gave us this opportunity.
One of the critical highlights for us was that they would be able to meet the service level agreements that they had signed. And if they could do that, they would be able to open up from Nedbank into other insurance companies. And they have done that. And they have earned their merit on these panels, which for us is just amazing, because that means they not only are meeting the installation and quality standards, but they are also scheduling their work well, they are communicating well with customers.
I want to see Real Deal grow and become successful and become everything that I never thought I can achieve in my life.
My big vision is to transform the township with the developments that I do. Yeah.
It's quite unbelievable for me to walk into a store and see my products there, because for the longest time it has just been a dream.
South Africa is so full of potential. As Nedbank, we have a critical role to play in terms of building society to be resilient, to be sustainable, and ultimately a truly transformed environment for the future.